All right.
And we're live. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the very first unlocked, uncensored, the real deal.
Basically, Witchcraft episode 1.
um,
Because we can call it what it is
Forgive me,
now.
I'm in the closet. I'm shuffle my wet towel from behind my
It's
butt.
2022,
I was
Terry. Come out of the
wondering what was
closet.
wet there. Yes, Witchcraft episode 1. Yeah, uh, we had to say we didn't. Right, right. Well, I
Oh,
like to be
no.
in the closet, but I
You're
bring my
very
get in the
delayed.
closet with me. Good evening, Tiffany. So, welcome to our first. Are we already having? Are we already having technical issues? Um, can you hear me, Jess?
Yes. Can you hear me, Terry? Oh, oh. Terry left. And hello, daughters. How are you two? And Robin and Tiffany. Oh, is Terry back? Terry is now the void. Oh, there's Terry.
And I'm back.
Are you really back, though? Do what now?
Am I back?
Can you hear me right now?
So, am I really back, or are we delayed? Can you hear me? I can hear you. Um, can everybody out in internet land hear me?
Oh, I am not sure what's going on, basically. No, we wouldn't be the same without technical issues. Y'all like our new little logo up there? Made that tonight. Yeah, we can technically hear each other, but we're very delayed. Terry's hearing me on a really, really big delay. Hey, Irene, how are you? Oh, she left us again. What are you doing? Don't do it. Oh, you're watching the daggum rock show, aren't you? See, this is why my collections of plants and everything are so big. He enables me too. He's over there watching a rock show, ordering me stuff. Hello, Jesse. True. That's true. Yeah, she might have to hit the car. I'm not sure where she went. She's not even in the. We have a little tray that's down below us where we can see little squares of everyone that's waiting to come in, and there's nobody down there. It's just me. Supposed to be talking about the full moon tonight. 'Cause I think the full moon is on the 18th. So, and learning to work with the full moon is a pretty big thing for any witch, really. Yeah, I made our little logo just before the show started. I had had the skeleton the skull for a while, but I had just not quite figured out what I wanted to do with it, and it just seemed perfect. So, Howl at the Moon, yeah. Oh, do we have a partner again? I was pulling up some information to go ahead and start. Where are we at now?
And am I back?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
We're, we're at the front door. I
Oh Lord.
can you can you hear me in real time though?
No, you're on a
That's
big
the
delay.
question.
Uh, Parapost. Ooh, the USS North Carolina.
No, you're not
That
hearing
sounds
me in
like
real
it would be.
time.
That
Oh,
sounds like it would be really haunted.
hang on.
It really does suck when you have any sort of ability because when you get hit by something particularly strong, it's physical.
Get. Can
Can you hear me now? Oh. Nope. Yep. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and just start kind of discussing the full moon. We know what the full moon is scientifically, I guess. If not, full moon, it happens once a month when the sun's rays fully illuminate the surface of the moon. Because we all know the moon doesn't produce its own light. Um, when it's at its brightest and fullest, we're receiving, maximum light, maximum energy, vitality. Um, and the energy of a full moon technically lasts for 3 days before and after, but the moon is only full for a moment when they're directly opposite one another. Hello, are you here?
I am? Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
No. Shit. I can.
Okay, you're less
God
delayed now.
bless it. How's that?
Hello. Nope, we lost her again. Um, so, the full moon, it's a time of things coming to an end. It's not the time to start new things. We start those on the dark of the moon. Isn't it lovely? Um, trying to see. I had notes. I just didn't expect to mostly be the only one sitting on here. Anyway, there are a lot of ways you can harness the energy of a full moon. First off, you can meditate. That the full moon meditation is a powerful way to tap into that energy and kind of harness that power. Um, and you can do that in addition to whatever ritual you're doing. A full moon meditation prior to a ritual is going to let you set yourself in the right mindset, align yourself with what you want to accomplish this tonight or on the full moon night. And it's going to give you an extra little boost beforehand. Can you hear me now?
I can. Can you hear me?
No, we're delayed.
Well,
But you're very
fuck.
crispy and clear. You're very crispy and clear, though.
I don't understand.
It doesn't make any sense because typically, if you're going to be delayed, you're um. Hold on.
I don't understand. I have a signal. I don't understand what the problem is. Um,
Maybe it's me. Is that any better? Can you hear me now? still delayed. That's so weird.
I can hear you. I mean, can you hear me? I'm not having a problem hearing you.
That's really weird.
Um, shit.
We might just have to roll with it. Her internet said no. Well, the full moon is a time to release things. Your words are powerful, even if you do something as simple as telling something, "Hi, where you at
Can you hear
now?"
me? I'm still in the living room.
Wait, hold on. I don't think we're delayed.
I'm just moving around in spots in the living room trying to see where I can, if you can hear me here.
Okay, can you hear me right now?
Yeah, but I'm like
You're not
hanging
delayed. You're
on
not delayed. We're
back
good.
against the
Well,
couch. But hey,
that's your
that's
spot.
okay. So, hey, the clock is time and we're on time.
Yes. Uh,
Really, dude.
yes,
Okay,
nice
let's see. Now I
Sylvania.
gotta get the view.
Just Lion King your phone up.
So, hey. Let me try to
You
get
look like
some.
the full moon in darkness back there.
Let me try to get us some better light. Hold on a second, y'all.
Yes,
I
please.
don't want to move the iPad. I'll just move myself. Hold on.
But yeah, words are powerful, and even something as simple as telling something, "I release you. Thank you for your service. You're free to move on." That that's a really easy thing to do. We having technical issues. 13 minutes of technical issues as per usual.
Okay, so here I am back, hanging on the back of my couch.
All right. Well, hello. How are you? You're on. Are we on? No delay.
Good. Well, you know that window that looks out over the sunroom. You know
Oh, so
that.
that's the window that's working.
Yeah, yeah. That's I'm sitting here between the living room and the sunroom, hanging over the edge here. But hey, whatever's
It
gonna work.
is. Josh was right. It's like the old-fashioned TVs where you got to sit there and hold the bunny ears until you get the perfect signal.
Right, exactly,
I used to have to
exactly.
do that at my granny's house.
Yep, you know,
Both of your
and
daughters have said hello, by the way.
hello, kids.
And we've got
How we
Irene, Robin,
doing?
Tiffany,
All my
Joshua,
children are
Sam.
here. Tiff's
Yep.
here. Um, so how we doing tonight, everybody? Sorry about all, but the craziest thing is Jess and I could sit and talk for 15 minutes on this on StreamYard before we go live, and the
Yeah,
minute we
there
go
was
live,
absolutely no delay before we hit go live.
right, and now I
So
have a weird blue line that's going through my screen, but I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it.
oh, about
Oh, well,
time
thank
we're
you,
back.
Jesse.
Yeah.
I've
We've
had
been working towards it.
Yeah, it's been a thing. Of course, Jesse, you know, with all the house crap and forget just everything, and just the world, and you know how I get when things like this are happening in the world. I just want to rant and rave, and Sam has checked on me, and I've had to tell her too. I don't really have nothing nice to say, so there's no
Yeah.
point in getting on right now.
And then I kept
Um,
getting laid up in the bed. Whatever this upper respiratory crap is that I have had since freaking December, it won't go away at all. And then I had food poisoning yesterday. That was great.
that's
And then
always
this
fun.
cold weather, just my pain has been flared up so bad, it's been unreal. So, but
Yeah.
today I'm actually in pretty good spirits today. So I feel like maybe
Yeah.
we're headed towards better.
No, Joshua, we would never abandon the show. Um, yeah, well, I'll just go ahead and put it out there. I don't want to say we got in trouble on things. we did not get in trouble, but there was some concern that we were teaching. Um, I need to get a little closer, maybe, Josh. Does that work? Is that better for you? Um, so, um, like I was saying, we did not get in trouble on things, but there was some concern that witchcraft and the things that we were doing were taboo. And that we were teaching people to cause harm. Now, obviously, y'all watched the show. We were not teaching anyone to cause harm.
It might have been
Um,
a little graphic and we might have been a little angry, but all it was to do was put a bad taste in someone's mouth and sour their words.
I turned the ceiling fan off, but you
Oh,
might
God.
still see the shadow of it,
William says
Sam.
it was a Karen.
I seen that. I seen that. So, you know, we didn't leave. What happened was it left Jess and I in a position that we knew what y'all wanted. You know, the majority of y'all had spoken and said y'all wanted this route. So, um, and with paranormal investigations being kind of confidential in most of our cases, people don't want to be outed. They don't want us to go live at their location. They don't want us to
Yeah.
talk about
When
what's
we're in a
going
public
on.
business or a home or property that one of the team owns, then that's different. But in the private home of a client, most of them are not interested in having that go live.
Right. So it made it made it difficult for Jess and I to have because in the beginning we jumped right in and said, "Oh yeah, we'll do a show. Oh yeah, we'll do another show."
Yeah.
And because, Alabama Skeleton Key kind of jumped from being a paranormal show to a witchy show. So,
Right.
we rolled with it and went with, two shows. And then, when that happened and when we did the hexing,
There was
it,
no way we had enough to talk about for 2 shows that was paranormal related. Like, with one show, we're gonna cover, I think, the most haunted or the most popular haunted location, one in each 50 states. We're gonna cover talking about some cryptids. We've got enough plans for one show, not 2. We can't.
yeah. So we thought the best thing to do was to come to our own network. Jess and I, basically, our tarot cards had been kicking our ass,
Yeah.
slapping
They were
us.
working together across
They
multiple cities,
they really were. They were, just kicking our ass, and they were
and they
telling
kept
us,
saying, "You're gonna be teaching in some way."
right, right.
And it's gonna
So
be your own thing. That's what it just kept pushing and pushing, but we weren't quite sure what it meant. And then when that happened, it was like, oh, oh, okay.
William, we're actually talking right that we're kind of going to flip that to cauldrons and coffee, but we won't get
Doing
too
some
deep
plants
in
and
there.
stuff. Yes, we have got some definite plans with plants and stones.
And
And I'm
you're
sure
right,
when we do a
Irene.
show on stones or on herbs, I'm sure we'll have them on here on the show, but
Right.
it won't be
And,
a multi-part thing.
and what Irene was saying is the paranormal is very limited, So and since the day and age of Zach Bagans and all these play things that are on TV, then we have you know thousands and
People
thousands
have
and thousands
people
of
have a lot of expectations that it's going to be like that, and I'm not saying his is, but a lot of those shows are faked.
yeah and well
We
or
can't match that.
if they have really good activity, they probably have filmed that over 8 weeks and dropped it into an hour show.
Yeah.
We don't have that luxury because we have lives, we have families and
Well,
stuff.
and to be honest,
We
on an
don't get paid to
investigation,
do it. If we got
y'all
paid to
see
do it.
the y'all have seen some of the more fun, more vocal type streams, but a lot of the investigations are sitting in silence in a room and asking questions of something that may or may not be there.
Right, right.
Taking 100 pictures. So we decided to do this, and we have already covered just a. And hey, I watched Zach the other night on Which one was
The
it that I
Demon
watched?
House. The
The
Demon
Demon
House.
House. Demon House. And it was really good. It was. He still made me
It's
giggle.
right? Yeah,
He
you
still
have to
made me
giggle
giggle
it.
in some areas.
Yeah, you have to giggle at Zach. You just can't help it. But in the end of that one, like I told you, I thought it was great what he did. He bought the house and tore it down. And I thought that was an amazing thing. For
I
him
think
to
that's the
do.
best thing that could have been done in that case,
Right,
because if all that evidence is real, that house needed to be taken down. And I just hope whatever was in it goes with it. Because if somebody else builds there, we've seen that before.
right. I'm reading the comments here too
Yeah.
again. Yeah. So here we are, and I know we kind of got sidetracked here, but that's what we do here. So I think tonight, and I did hear y'all talking a little bit about the
We
moon as
did.
I was coming in and out.
We kind of talked about how, what the moon is scientifically. It's when the sun's rays fully illuminate it. We talked about the fact that it's a time to set intentions and for beginning, or excuse me, end intentions for endings and, moving on. And we
Right,
talked a little about full moon meditations and releasing things, and that's as far as we got.
right, and that's basically, since this is kind of unlocked and uncensored, the real deal, episode one. We want to talk about the basics, grounding. I remember when I started this path, and I was having a lot of poltergeist activity. And at the time, and a lot of people don't understand the difference in poltergeist activity and paranormal activity. The poltergeist activity was actually coming from me. There was my awakening was happening, but I was not aware of it. So all this energy, it's a full moon in a couple of days, Josh, and we'll talk about that in just a second. That's why I wanted to go ahead and do the full moon show tonight, so y'all could, do what you needed to do in the full moon in the next couple of days. So, um, now I lost my train of thought. Where the hell was I going?
The poltergeist activity was coming
Oh
from
yeah,
you.
the poltergeist activity, was my awakening, and I had found some witches online, you know, consulting, what do I have a ghost, what's going on, and they kept telling me this is your own energy, basically exploding around your house and stuff. And you need to ground yourself. You need to get centered. You need to do grounding. Well, what the fuck does that mean? People tell you, well, are you grounded? You need to ground. Well, for a lot of people, they don't. And I realized I didn't. What do you mean grounding? What the fuck? Do I need to go put my feet in the dirt? And I said that to somebody, and somebody said, yeah, exactly that. Go
Yeah.
put your feet in the dirt. And
Go
I
put
was
your
like,
go
huh?
put your go put your feet in the dirt. Go if you work with plants, go work with your plants. Just let out. Get yourself
Right.
connected with the earth.
Yes,
Grounding
center.
literally, it partially literally means ground. Connect with
Grounding.
the ground.
Right. Grounding. So, um, with that being said, the full moon coming is a great time. And
And and let me tell y'all, this is actually the worm moon. This full moon, and it is actually taking place in the realm of Virgo, which means there's going to be some serious clean your shit up, get your shit together vibes.
Irene, it's definitely now, back then I had paranormal activity at the old house too, but at that time, a lot of what was happening, I believe it was me poltergeisting, because I wasn't really aware of what was
Well, the
going
energy
on.
is coming from you, and especially when it's the awakening of a witch, you don't know you have the power. You're not doing anything with it, so it's just flying off of you in waves because you haven't learned how to
Right.
shield yourself and control yourself.
Right. And that's another thing, people will say, shield yourself. Well, what the fuck does that mean, So that's kind of, we want to start with,
Your
basic.
daughters. I just want you to know your daughters have me cracking up. Tiffany told Jesse to bring her some loaf. Now, Steffi. Stephanie does it. Oh, that sounds kinky. Girls.
Yeah, these girls.
Hey, baby, bring me
Um,
some loaf. He
hey,
technically
little.
he technically brought me a loaf. My newest piece
Hey,
of black tourmaline.
oh, that's a really nice piece of black
It is
tourmaline right there.
massive. He says you
Yeah.
need this.
Yes, yes. So, let me jump back to Irene here, with wanting to study my house. We will do that, Irene, on Things Network. I think tomorrow night we're actually going to do some of these ghost
Mhm.
apps. We're
We
going to
only have
run,
two that we trust, or mostly trust,
right,
and that's the Necronom. What is it?
Necronoma. Hell, I don't
Something,
know.
something.
So we'll tell you tomorrow night on things.
Necrophonic. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Necrophonic.
necrophonic.
And then the other one is
The miracle
the
box.
Miracle Box. Those are the two that we use. She's going to be running one. I'm going to be running the other here in our houses. So you'll be getting to
Right,
see a little mini investigation of both houses.
right. So yeah, Irene, definitely stay tuned for that because if I can get a signal, my dog Stevie will be home. Those of you who don't know, Stephanie Wilson is when I say Stevie, that's Stevie, my child.
Jesse and
My
Stephanie
itty
are
bitty
the
baby
great children.
girl.
And the one that the William Beauregard that was typing is the one you always see walking in the background. That's my husband.
Right. So, if Stevie's here tomorrow, maybe we can get
Well,
the
Irene,
dang
we
internet
will be
working.
on the Things Network doing that tomorrow night, and we might, you know what, and we may leave them running for the rest of the shows. Always kind of have it off to the side running in case we get anything while we're talking about whatever.
Right, right.
So it'll
And
be on Things Network tomorrow night at 7,
seven,
7
yes.
Central Time.
Seven. And Irene, if you want, we can bring you in on camera if you want to, join in with us tomorrow
Yeah,
night.
that would be awesome.
Yeah,
That
that'd
way,
be
if
awesome.
Terry's internet keeps going in and out, I don't have to look at myself large and in HD.
Right.
So,
The
yeah, that'll
Stevie
be
and the
fun.
Jesse are the life of the party.
Y'all are definitely the life of the party. Hey,
She refers to themselves. There's
we haven't had
their
an F
selves
bomb
as.
this evening.
Oh
I
yes, we did.
Oh, we did. How many did we have?
Oh, probably about 12 when I was trying to get logged in. I'm surprised you couldn't read my lips because I was like, fuck,
I think
fuck.
I did hear it a
Yeah,
couple of times.
there was
Oh,
even a
but yeah,
goddamn it. And I've always been
nice.
really
It
worried
could be
about
worse. It could be worse. You know what my favorite word is?
cunt.
Mine is cunt. My favorite word is
Cunt,
cunt.
cunt. See, and y'all, we have been so censored. Even when we were unlocked and uncensored, we were still censored because I do say, "God damn it," I'm a
When
lot.
we tell y'all that we have the mouth of a what?
A sailor, a
Say,
prostitute, and a biker.
had a child, and then we have a construction worker accent.
Yeah, that's us.
So, but yeah, this full moon's gonna be fun. It's still gonna be feelings forward. You're still gonna get all up in your feelings and all a little bit crazy, but it's gonna be a lot of get your shit together vibes. So this is the time to
Right,
kick the toxic people out of your life, kick the toxic behaviors out of your life.
right, and but I keep forgetting that I'm supposed to be closer to the camera. That y'all are like sitting here on the couch with me. Um, the Pisces and Jupiter are now joined, and that's a big thing. This cat is trying to get my dang tea. Um, Blueberry, get if the iPad, but there's Blueberry. We're going to be right up into everybody's business.
What are you doing,
Excuse
babe?
him. Now he's petting
Oh,
the
did you forget
iPad.
about that?
Go, Blueberry. Nobody wants to see your ass. So yes, with this full moon, it with Jupiter being in Pisces, if you look into all this in history, when Jupiter and Pisces have been in conjunction together, it's kind of been when the world when shit has hit the fan. So, but then it comes back together. It's like an awakening for the world. So, um, remember, as bad as things are right now in your world, in the world around us, that history repeats itself, throughout time. When these things happen with the planets and the galaxy and the constellations, I'm a Cancer too, Irene. Um, when these things happen, like I said, there's proven theory, World War II, the
Well,
world has gone to shit, but it's a time of going to shit but rebuilding. So remember that if you need to be grounding and centered and focused, if the weather permits you to. When is the moon full? Is it Thursday?
I want to say it's the 18th.
I think it's Thursday. I left my phone in the other room when
Yeah,
I
it
was
is the 18th, which is Friday.
Friday. So
Yep.
for me, I start working with the moon. Um, it will be Tuesday because the 3 days before the
Yeah,
full
3 days
moon, and
before. I did mention that.
right,
It,
and three
technically, that
days,
energy is there. 3 days before, three
right.
days after. And I did want to pop in and say, well, it's so wonderful because this moon is in Virgo. I'm also a Virgo, so I have a feeling this one's going to be hell.
Oh yeah, this
And
is
so is
gonna
William. William is also a Virgo.
right, right. So when is your birthday, Irene? I'm June 26th.
I am September 1st. William is September 22nd. And our wedding anniversary is September 19th.
Oh, so your anniversary is even a Virgo too. Y'all kept it all together.
Yep, yep, yep. My kids are Aries and Aquarius.
That's a very cool thing to do, Irene. Hey,
Yes.
that is very cool.
Yep,
Janae
yep.
is a Virgo.
Well, and the full moons technically they affect each sign in a different way. For example, this one for Aries, it's going to be the moon wants you to make sure your priorities in order. Take this time for self care, sleep, rest, do all that stuff. It's your big thing. Put energy aside for yourself.
And what's it say for Cancer? Let's everybody get our what the
Yeah, I'm
full
just gonna
moon
run
says
through them
for
all.
us.
So for Taurus, it's letting go of limitations. You're gonna push away your limitations, and you are gonna have some fun, which is something you're not always good at.
Stephanie
Gemini,
Nicole.
Gemini, it's time for an early spring cleaning. You're gonna get hit by the cleaning bug. You want to have your physical space in order, which is okay,
Oh,
but
and
also take care of yourself.
that fits the mini Lenny. He's all about helping clean up and stuff. So
Now, Cancer, this is going to be your social life buzzing. Going to hit you in the social life, so it's telling you to use that energy that you're going to be getting and get your calendar and communications in order. It's time to organize that. So,
I don't have a social life.
reply to any lingering emails, reach out to the friends you've been meaning to get in touch with, clear your use of anything that's not a good use of your time. Clear your calendar, your schedule. So maybe it's maybe it's
I
time we
do
need to
need
be
to get
working
back.
on our social medias for our.
Well, and I do need to get in touch with them down at the Grits Mill too,
There you
because we
go.
haven't
It
heard
doesn't
back from them.
necessarily have to be social, but it's going to be social types. For
Right.
Leo, time to take stock of your finances and watch your spending habits, and move some, check your savings, put some money in where it needs to be, move some things out of your life you need to quit paying for. All those things.
Jared Connor.
William, William says that's Lenny.
No, Lenny
Are
is a
you
cat.
talking about Lenny
Oh,
Anusa?
Lenny, I knew some.
Yes, Lenny Anusa.
Yeah, mine is
He's
a
a Leo.
Capricorn. Yeah, mine is a Capricorn.
Virgo. It's my annual full moon. So, oh, absolutely not. I rebuke this in the name of all that is unholy. It's telling me that while you tend to be modest, this is your time to steal the spotlight. Embrace your confidence. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. You hear the laughter.
There you go. Yes, put yourself out there, Jess. Well, I bet this is you and I are going to do something either with
I think
paranormal or
it's either going to be with
yeah,
the team or the network.
yeah.
Libras, you've probably been a busy month for you so far, but this full moon wants you to slow down and connect with your spiritual side instead of going out and logging extra hours at work or going out whatever to the bar or wherever you enjoy going. Spend the weekend getting a little introspective, connect with yourself spiritually and whatever practice that you do practice.
Go spend time with the moon, Tiffany.
Scorpio, um, ooh, is your squad fully supportive of your goals and passions?
Oh, this
This
is Ray O'Connor.
this full moon is illuminating whether or not your crew is truly connected to your visions and your goals. What it's
Boy,
saying
if
is,
that don't
are
fit
your
his
people?
ass.
Basically, it's saying, are your people? Like, is your tribe cheering for you behind you? If not, go find a new tribe
Or find a tribe.
or find one in general. Yes. Sagittarius. Ooh, sparkly high point when it comes to the work life. So this is time to make some career moves.
I can't. Who's a Sagittarius? Any of y'all out there?
Let's see. Capricorn. You have really been caught up in the minute details lately. Oh, shift your perspective. Step back from your usual routine and get a bird's eye view of your life.
What was that, Capricorn? Say
Yes.
that one again.
Step back from your usual routine and take a look at your life from a bird's eye view because you've been caught up in the small details. You need to step back and get that big picture. Shift your perspective a little bit because are your daily interactions and circumstances supportive of your long-term goals? If not, let's make some adjustments. Step back, look at the big picture, and make some adjustments.
Yeah, I will have to tell him that.
Aquarius. Ooh, there's a cluster of important planets in Aquarius' sign, so it's been a big month for chasing goals and stuff. This full moon wants you to take a look at the inside. Some shadow work is the vibe I'm getting here for Aquarius.
Aquarius, right. Oh, good thing
Pisces.
the Morgan didn't call me out on that one yet.
Yep. Yeah, and
Cause
for
that
I don't
shadow
think we
work
did.
is something I got to do, but I've really been putting that.
I
Well,
don't like it.
with everything going on here, I ain't got time for that. Because
I
that
don't like
involves.
shadow work.
Yeah, exactly. It's like self therapy. Ew.
So the last one is Pisces, and then I will give the high points of Leo again, just because Joe Hancock saw that and was curious. I think he must have come in later. But for Pisces, you've been standing in the spotlight for the month in one way or another. It's time to put some emphasis on your relationship. Time to get real about
Amanda
what you
Wilson,
what you want and what you
pay
expect out of your
attention.
partnerships. Committing to someone or something is great, but only if it aligns with what's actually in
Amanda,
your.
I know Amanda will be listening in the morning, so she is going through a lot of shit right now. Her mom is, real sick and
There
in the
she goes.
hospital. And
So, and then I was going to hit Leo again. This month is your finances. You want to illuminate. It's illuminating on your current assets and spending habits. Great time to review your bank statement, check in on your savings, see where you're at. And it's saying, by crunching a few numbers and looking at some things, maybe you can stop spending so much on. You'll have some money to have some fun and splurge this summer because summer is your season. So I think it is hinting at you've got some good fun things coming this summer, but you're going to need money. That's all of them.
cool. So yeah, Amanda Wilson. When you're listening to this tomorrow,
Now you
listen
know.
to it. Take care of Jeffy. I know she's got a lot of crap going on. Her mom's real sick and in the hospital, and it really doesn't look good. So, send prayers, good juju, all that to Amanda Wilson's mama.
Absolutely.
Um, so, and now back on everybody and the full moon, and you kind of got your little what the full moon is for you. So, I recommend that you all take this full moon and focus on what it's telling you to focus on. Do some grounding, spend. I like to make it a point that sometime I like to do it in the days leading up to the full moon and then the night of the full moon. I like to go out and spend at least just 10 minutes. Just
Yeah.
me and the moon, just
Yeah,
10
I think that kind of
minutes.
lines up with the full moon meditation that it was, it's talking about.
Right,
It gets you where you need to be before you sit out and start doing your rituals.
right. And for those of you who are in our little witchy classroom, I will say, kind of count this as an assignment. This week, sometime, while the moon is growing full, if you could do it in the full moon, it would be better. But go out and sit in the moon for 30 minutes.
Me
Just
neither. No.
sit. Sit in the moon and just be and see what happens. If nothing happens, that's fine. But if something magical happens, you know, I want you to, write a little paragraph in the classroom. And for those of y'all don't know, we do have a little class on the side that some of the people that are in the chat are in there with us. So just kind of I guess, a backup from the things that we talk about on the show. So if you're in that class, your assignment is this week in the full moon, go spend 30 minutes in the full moon. And then write me a little paragraph. Or, if you want to write a whole damn book about it, if you have that kind of experience, that's fine. But if nothing happens, if you say I sat out there and the bugs ate me alive and it was cold, that's fine too. Just put something. Um, our classes, I mean, Irene, we hate to really call them classes. We're just sharing knowledge. And
Yeah.
it doesn't cost anything for us to share our knowledge with anyone. Um, and I would not, I don't feel I am versed enough to say I'm a teacher, but I feel like I'm versed enough to say this is what I do and this is how I do it. And, like I'm telling, go out in the moon, see what happens. You
Oh, and
maybe,
Tiffany is right there. Charge your crystals. That's one thing that I do every full moon. I have this. I have a little
right.
porch because we have a. This is an exterior door. And we have a little porch off our bedroom, and all railings of the porch just get covered with all of my crystals.
Yes, and I was gonna, bring that up too, that you
And
wanna cleanse and charge your crystals,
this
in the
bad
full
boy will
moon.
be charging in this full moon.
Right. Any
The amount of
imagine
negativity repelling. Please,
right,
Steffi.
right. Any magical tools, that you want to cleanse and charge, this would be a good
Yes.
full moon for
I
that.
do. I do wear a piece of moldavite and another tektite that I wear with it as well. It goes out in the full moon to charge. All of my jewelry that I wear goes out in the full moon to charge. And if I've had to use any, if I've done any rituals, anything I've done a ritual with gets cleansed and goes out to charge.
Irene, what you would have to do is have a Gmail account,
Yeah,
and if you will email me your Gmail account or
we can add you
message
to
it,
that.
we could add
We're
you
not
to
in
the
the full
class.
swing of it yet, but we're definitely getting there. And this is just it's
And there,
just
yeah, there is some little, information in there um, that we just have some things that I've shared, some things that Jess has shared, some things that some of my classmates have shared, from the class that I take. Um, Josh, we just started a Facebook page, called it a
yep,
network, and here we are.
yep, that's it. And
and
one thing that will be starting to happen, probably in the Skeleton Key Network group rather than the classroom, I'm going to finally get back to Crystal of the Week, which I had started doing on my own page. And Terry was like, "Hey, it'd be really good to share that with the network." So I'll post
Right.
that in the group, and I just am gonna pick, a crystal, whatever crystal, and teach you about it.
Right.
So
And hey, can't get along. And we're gonna do we have an interview with a really cool guy that does plants. Now he's not, witchy, but
but it's still very
for
interesting,
but
and
it's very
I know for myself, I work a lot with plants. Terry works a
right.
lot with plants.
And yeah, that's for any of us who do kind of walk that witchy path, even if you don't consider yourself a green witch, or you will at
You will
some
use
point
at
a
least
plant.
herbs at some
Yeah,
point.
herbs, or, yeah.
Even
And
if
then
you're
when
not
you
growing them yourself, even if you're going and buying them from a shop, you're
right,
still going to have to know about them. So,
right, yeah, yeah, and
it'll be interesting.
especially if you do continue on in our little witchy workings area on Google that we do, um, you'll find that now that's going to be a ways down, and if we get clogged up with people, we'll have to break it up into sections.
Yeah.
But the herbs and stuff that we will talk about using, that'll be a long ways away, because we're not going to teach anybody how to poison somebody
No,
right off the bat. you know
no, if we're going to learn about herbs in the beginning, it's going to be about,
mint and peppermint and
yes, and
vanilla and
thyme. Ooh, and my seeds are sprouting. My thyme seeds had
yeah.
already sprouted, and I just got all of the trays under a nice red light, which is good for seeds and rooting. And I've already got two more trays of stuff that are sprouting. So yeah, eventually we will cover what belladonna is, but we're not gonna.
Oh, Irene, what kind of herb seeds do you need in Japan, honey?
You can't ship them.
Oh, that's right. Seeds are a
Yeah,
problem.
yeah, because of the worry of invasive species.
Right.
So another thing, if you do have friends and like-minded people who practice, and you want a full moon circle is a good one to have to work together to set put an end to the things you want to put an end to, and you know
Irene,
that dancing in the circle, and what is it called? What is it called?
she said we can ship seeds, but she said she needs something to zip her mother-in-law's mouth. Okay, that our hex. It wasn't really a hex, but we'll say it was a hex. Our hex we did with the cow tongue or the cow cheek. You could do that, Irene.
Yeah, you
And
could do that, and we can always I
tie
can take
it
a little
shut.
time. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can also take a little time and look at some herbs that would be best to use in that situation. Which I mean, you can do.
Right, and we'll be happy to help you, Irene.
Yeah,
We'll
absolutely.
back you up on that.
Yeah, we
Um,
usually honestly do our rituals alone. Um, we're both solitary practitioners. We just got brought together randomly. So yeah,
um,
you can put them on ice. That is another thing that you can do. That can be a little more severe than just shutting their mouth, though. That's more going to freeze them out of your life, depending on your intentions as you put it in there.
well, and Mitchell, I'm going to name drop Mitchell Haggard, Books, Beans, and Candles, Metaphysical Shop in Birmingham, Alabama. He and I were talking about, hexing, binding, things like that. And, well, we were actually talking about doing binding, a binding spell. And
Yeah,
someone had mentioned, binding and put it in the freezer, because Mitchell said, well, when you're binding, you have to continuously work that, so you're always putting energy in it. And
but the
someone
minute you
said
freeze something, it freezes it in its current state, and you're never
it
adding
freezes
anything
it.
more to it.
Right. But then Mitchell brought up a good point on that. What happens when your power goes out and that shit thaws out? Then you
Right.
got to go back and work on it some more. So that's what he recommended. Instead of binding, banish or hex, or if you're certain you want to be done with that person, want them out of your life, or banish them. It's better than binding, because binding is something you have to work all the time. So I hesitate with freezer spells, because I
That's not
worry
one I've
about
ever done. I am a big, you know what my big thing is. I am a karma smell person.
Mia and
I am a big
same,
karma smell. Karma has a smell. Did you
right?
know?
I
Uh,
I'd also, I do the burner be burned, turner be turned thing usually if
yeah.
somebody, fucks with me. Um, but I fire, I will do things with fire like that because I use the fire to send it out fast, burn, get it done now. Um, if it's something like the hex, the cow tongue to that we want something that's continuously working, well, I put that in the earth with the intention that it grows.
Yeah.
It
Put it
continues
in
to
like a
work.
seed.
Right. It's a seed pod and it's growing out there. So, and that way, that trap that we set is just growing and growing and growing. And if he never runs his mouth about, the person that it was done for, then that trap is, never activated. But if the person that it's intended for does run their mouth, then that big trap is just grown and grown and grown and it's activated and karma shall kick that ass.
Yep. Oh, another thing during. What have I done? I clicked and it did something weird. Another good thing to do during the full moon. Moon bath. That's always a really good one.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You're letting that full moon energy restore every cell of your body while you're in there. Oh, and
right.
moon water
Harvest.
along with the crystals. Put you out some jar of water. Get you some.
Right. Right. And if you wanted to, I was gonna say harvest. If there were certain plants or herbs or magical tools. If you wanted to, you were gonna make a magic wand or you were gonna make a stang or a staff. This would, this full moon would be a good time to go out and collect those items. Um, so there's a lot you could do. You could, if you want, like I collected, so we had some storm water come in, storm before the snow the other day. I collected a bucket of that, and I'm going to be making the
I
Morgan
have some.
water.
I have some hurricane water stored.
I'm going to be making some Morgan water for future use with this full moon coming up. The Morgan and I have some talking to do, so I need some things to make some offerings with. So I collected that storm water, and then the snow came in on top of it, and the ice and all that. So yeah, that's going to be some really good stuff there.
Yeah, and that's something I don't think we've mentioned either. I work with two deities, one of which is the Morgan, and could not, and I kept having, well, we figured out that that is the deity that's been trying to get Terry was the Morgan the whole time.
Yeah, yes. So I mean, it's been there the whole time, and I just didn't even see it.
Didn't see
I've
it. Hey, but you know what?
I've
Sometimes
worn,
we don't
I've
see it
got it
until we're ready.
tattooed. I've got it tattooed and still didn't see it.
Hey, that was one of the biggest things that I kept questioning was why would a goddess of war want? Why would she be my deity? And that's when she explained to me
If y'all
that
heard that
not
noise,
all.
that was not paranormal activity. That was the Rottweiler.
I'm not gonna lie, it sounded like a fart.
That
But
was Otto is grunting and at me because he's probably outside or a bowl of water. I'm ignoring him, and so he's talking.
but yeah, no, we don't see him until. But that's what she told me was not all battles are fought on a battlefield. I was
Right,
just as much of a warrior for what I had been through as anyone, as any soldier, spiritually. So,
right.
and Terry is the same. She just didn't see it.
Yep, didn't see it all slapping me right in the face.
Well, she was
So,
literally hovering and slapping me in the face, and I'm like, "Oh, who are you?"
it's so familiar. It's so familiar.
It was
She
so.
could.
Well, one of the, and I don't talk about my own very often, but one of the abilities that I get is I can channel deities for people that I'm, you know, conversing with sometimes, but people I'm close to a lot. And I couldn't figure out who it was because she was in a different, she was given a different energy because it was something I would associate with Terry, but I didn't associate it with her. So, you know.
Well, off top, that's not off topic. I've seen something someone posted. I guess there's a big dilemma now about whether people out their witch names or whether they don't out their witch names.
Well, I
So,
do. I do. I am one of the ones that you can't have power over me unless I say you can have power over me. And you can see where I commented right up there when I was tagging a friend of mine in the comments that my witch name is Anali, and it is the same number as something else that was important.
yeah, I I do have a witch name, but I do not put that out publicly because there are some people, and it's not. It only has thing to do with because maybe I use that name and I go stalk people or something. It's got nothing to do with anything other than that. Um, my children, know that identity. You know that identity. But there are a lot of family members that do not know that identity, and I keep it that way for a reason. So,
And then
um,
Anali was also, if I'm not mistaken, I can't remember which language, but it means fox as well, which is something I didn't actually know when I came about the name. And I'm still trying to figure out what it means, but foxes just keep popping up everywhere.
well, for me, I just picked something. I mean,
And there's so
it's
many
got
different
nothing to
ways.
do, and I can't really tell you too much about how I picked it because then that would kind of tell you what it is. But I'll just say that a big star had recently passed away, and there was a big write up about this person. And when I was trying to come up, because for the witchcraft class that we do, we had to come up with a witch name, an undercover secret name. Um, and so I was like kind of in a crunch because I had to do this Gmail to enter into the classroom. So I was trying to come up with something. My original thing that I wanted didn't work, and because of this celebrity, when I was like, oh, and as I'm sure you know now, it was that. That's it. That's it.
Sometimes it just hits you out of nowhere. You can. There's no right or I don't. I'm not sure. I don't know if that's Robin that's commenting as Skeleton Keys
I
at work,
think it is. Yeah.
but there's no right or wrong way to choose your witch name. You can.
Some people do it by numbers,
Some
and
people
some
do it
people.
by number, which is what I did. But I also I didn't sit there and come up with like make the name up. Like I looked at a list of names that matched this number and one jumped out at me. You can. I personally love using Baby Name Genie when I'm needing new names. You can go through that. It just there's no wrong way. You find a
Right.
name that feels right.
Right. What works for you? So, um, that's all it is to a witch name. And I think that what Sam meant in the controversy that's out there in the internet world now with witch names is, do you put your name out there or not? Like I said, the only reason why I don't is because I use that name to stalk some family members. As far as other witches know exactly. They know who I am under that name and this name. And I'm like, Jess, I put up my shit, and that's the Rottweiler back here groaning again. I put up my shit so strong, my grounding, my guards, my wards on my property, my servitor, that guards me. I've got so much shit around me that I just feel like, bring it, bitch. Bring it.
Basically, basically. I mean,
Bring it.
you
If
see
you
my
feel
wall of
froggy,
crystals.
jump.
You see my wall of crystals, and then over here I've got shelves of plants, and there's another shelf back there. I've got so much work. I'm not worried.
Yeah, yeah. So, it's totally up to you if you want to put your witch name out there, then put your witch name out there. If you don't, then don't. It's totally up to you.
Basically. And
In theory,
I've known some witches who have a more public name that they'll use. Like they choose two. They have a public name
right,
they'll use, and then they have a secret private name that is just for
right.
themselves. There's no right or wrong.
And the theory behind why witches did this back in the day, it's because, okay, I got my book of shadows and I'm writing, Jess and I did this ritual
Oh, hold
tonight.
on. Bye, Josh. We're sending good vibes that everything is okay.
Oh my God, please come back and let us know.
Please do. Please let us know. Comment. Just you can still comment on this
Yeah,
video even once we're not live, and just let us know. We'll see it.
yeah, yeah, please do. Um,
Fucking
now
full
that,
moon energy, man.
right, that totally made me totally lose where I was going now.
Well, I'll say here's the things you don't do on the full moon. I'll jump there while you're thinking.
Right.
Don't start something new. Don't overwork or overstress. And don't make any life changing decisions.
No, don't have sex, because you're probably
Hmm.
going to get pregnant. Um, don't have don't get any kind of abdominal surgery if you can avoid it. Now, if it's an
Mm-hmm.
emergency and you have to, that's one thing. But if you could avoid surgery during the full moon cycle, and this is proven, this has got nothing to do with witchiness. Our bodies retain more water in the full moon. You know, the
And we
moon
all know
raises.
it is known the moon affects water. It, you
Right,
know.
right. And it's a proven scientific fact that our bodies retain more water during the full moon.
Mm-hmm.
So, try not to get surgery during the full moon. You know, if you could, especially in the abdomen area.
Yep.
Do get
Absolutely.
your, if if you want your hair to grow, get the hair cut like
Yes.
2-3 days before the full moon. Make
Mm-hmm.
sure you get it cut before the moon is full if you want it to grow.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it slows it down. And I've done this theory and proved it to myself. It does work.
Well, that makes sense that you would, Irene. Absolutely.
You know what? I'm gonna have to pay attention to that, Irene, because I have that little squirt issue every now and then myself. You get to a certain
Me
age,
too. What? Hey, and when you
and
have children, if you have children,
exactly,
vaginally,
yeah,
oh my God.
exactly. Um,
My son, he
so
decided instead of being, his face towards my tailbone, he decided to face sideways, tore everything up from the rooty to the tootie.
yes, yes. Well, Jesse did the same for me. Broke my tailbone and her collarbone. So,
I'm telling you.
but yeah.
Yeah, we're
So
uncensored in more than one way, y'all.
yeah. All right, T Wiz, you
Right.
go have a good night and have fun at work tomorrow. And it is getting to 10 o'clock, and I know we said that we're gonna go.
So
Basically, we're
whenever.
not going to schedule any show after 9 o'clock on Sunday nights
That way we
because,
can go as long or as short as we feel like it. And
yes,
y'all feel like it.
right. And, if we are in the midst of doing a ritual that takes 3 hours, then, we're going to take
We'll be
that three
live for three
hours.
damn hours.
Right. We're not going to worry about putting someone, oh, we got to go because somebody's going to be all behind us.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we are, gonna just do our thing. So y'all just plan on Sunday nights, 9 o'clock, the true, unlocked, and uncensored, where you will get to hear Terry say not only fuck, but goddamn it, and cunt, and motherfucker, and go fuck yourself, and God only knows what the fuck else is gonna come out of my mouth. So,
William's over
um,
there in the bed with an eye mask on because I've got all my plant lights over here on because I gotta work. I gotta repot some stuff.
I got an eye mask that says "fuck you" or "fuck off." Jesse got it for me for
What?
Christmas.
What? What about the door? I don't think so. Did you hear somebody knock? Oh, ain't nobody at the door. He done heard somebody knock.
Well, Irene, happy Monday in Japan. And we will get with you tomorrow night about 30 minutes before. Well, it's today for you, but I don't, we'll get with you tomorrow before the show so you can investigate with us and see what you come up with. Because yeah, I would love to see what you see and hear and pick up too.
I added about 5 just in case. I'm sure she said it 5 times.
We started at 12, Kathy. You were late. We started at 12 because we have technical issues, as always, um, getting on tonight. So, and I know that I probably said it at least 8 to 10 times. So we just started with 12 a dozen. So,
Well, and since I've got this information open, I figure I'll kind of go over. Every full moon does have a name. It's got a type of moon that it is.
yay,
Um,
Irene. I'm so happy, and I know you're so
it's
proud of
awesome.
him.
But we got a bunch of moons for this year, and I've got a little information about each moon, real short. For April, it's the pink moon, and it's named for the first pink flowers of spring, and it's a good time to charge your magical tools outside while connecting with full moon energy.
The Rottweiler.
May is the flower moon. It's a good time
Oh,
to
he's
incorporate.
rolling. He's scratching his
Uh,
back.
May is a good time to incorporate flowers and flower essences into your moon ritual. So that might be a good time to stock up on jasmine and passion flower. Because I know you do work with it a lot.
Oh yeah,
June is our strawberry moon. It's the first moon of summer, and it's a good time to use fruits and
that's
other sweet
my
things.
moon.
Let's see. July is the buck moon. This is a time to harness the energy of growth and strength. Like the antlers of a deer.
Mm-hmm.
August is the sturgeon moon. Um, Time to reflect on times in your life where you've surprised yourself with your strength. So it might be a time to put some energy into your strength. Corn moon is September. I don't like that mine's called the corn moon. Not even gonna lie.
No, that's kind of lame.
Oh, absolutely not. Celebrate agricultural fertility and feminine energies. It's also known as the harvest moon.
But
We celebrate no kind of
we
fertility.
we've talked about that though. Fertility is not always about you being fertile. It's about your plants being
This,
fertile, your mice
this is
being
true. This is true.
fertile. So yeah, you do want to, because Mitchell put me in check about that one time because I was like, this
I
shit's
think the
closed
word just kind
down.
of makes you nervous.
Yeah, this shit's closed down. There ain't nothing fertile here. And he
It
said,
might
no,
be
you
that your business ventures are growing,
right. And
or
that's,
yeah,
he was like, don't you want your bank account to be fertile? Well, fuck yeah.
true. This is true. This is true.
Fuck
How
yeah.
does one breed bank accounts?
Yes, yes.
Then October is our hunter's moon. Reflect on the summer months and set your autumnal intentions. The November's the beaver moon, which makes me giggle every time.
Right.
But it's a time to get in touch with your senses and ground yourself in nature for the coming end of the year. December is the cold moon. The final moon of the year, it's time to rest, reset, and practice self-care. So there's a little bit of information.
So I'm gonna do our little rundown here. Tomorrow night we're on things, 7 o'clock.
You're right, Sam. Nick made corn weird.
And we didn't even see that show, but we just know
And we
that
know it's weird.
that there's when they're talking about Nick of the Corn in the chat and stuff, it's weird.
Well, see, I
Um
always used to think of Children of the Corn. I'm a horror movie junkie, for those that
Me
don't know.
yeah,
And
same.
all I can think
Same.
is of he who walks behind the rose.
And then living in Iowa, in the cornfields, yeah, it's all kind of creepy
Well,
for
and then
me.
I think about, the fact that, we often get told we have a cornbread accent.
Mm-hmm. Or we tell people that they have cornbread accent.
I was just going to leave that part off. Sometimes you just got to look at somebody and be like, you sound like straight cornbread.
Yeah, you just jumped out the
Like thick,
cornmeal
thick,
bag.
thick cornbread cooked in a cast iron skillet. One of them cast iron pans that has the molds that look like corn. That's
Yes.
what you sound like.
Yes.
Yep. And then after us on the Things Network from 7 to 8, Robin will be on here on the Skeleton Key Network with her next episode. And Robin, please shoot me a message and let me know what the.
She has no fucking idea.
Oh, well, if you know what you're going to cover, let me know so I know what to name it. Otherwise, I just
She,
go generic.
yeah, probably just do generic, but she thought about, I think she's going to kind of do a
We
rollover
all have our thorns, Irene.
of,
Some of them we grow ourselves, and some of them are given to us by trauma. So
right.
I got a lot of
Um,
fucking thorns.
so, yeah, I think she did say she may kind of do a continuation of rocks and crystals, but she may,
Gotcha.
okay, yeah, crystals continue. Um, and then Wednesday morning, we are of our first
Well,
official coffee or cauldrons and coffee. We
no, we
did
have
do
that
one
tomorrow morning. No, we're doing
Wednesday.
Wednesdays only. That's
Wednesday,
right.
right?
I forgot. So Wednesday morning
Yeah,
will be our
because it was
first.
just too much to
Yeah.
do tonight, tomorrow
We
morning,
thought about
tomorrow
doing it
night.
Monday night, like Monday morning and Wednesday morning. However, we really wanted to restart this, kind of our learning show. And to do that on Sunday nights, that makes doing it Monday morning too difficult. So,
Yeah,
but we won't have specific set things that we're going to talk about. It's going to be far more laid back and
roll with the
just
punches,
shooting the
kind of.
shit, basically.
Yeah, roll with the punches. But cauldrons and coffee.
You might get on
Uh,
here one Wednesday morning and find me sitting there repotting my plants. You never know.
exactly. We're gonna try to show you some. We're gonna try to introduce you to some cool people, some cool
Yeah.
things, and show y'all that Alabama. If you watch the news ever, and any story about Alabama comes up, they
It's never
always
pleasant.
show.
The
They
only
always show the most redneck, backwoods, ain't got no job, slept with his granddaughter last night kind of guy, and they put them on the fucking news. It's like we are all not like that. Why did they
we really
even
aren't.
even our local news will do that? You know, man, the other day when they were talking about the storms ripping through and shit, yeah, they go find the most redneck cornbread backwoods
It's
guy
awful.
they can
The
find.
only the only two states that save us from being at the bottom are
It's
Mississippi and
Mississippi.
Florida.
I was gonna say Mississippi and Georgia, but
No, Mississippi and Florida.
right. So, yeah, we want to, shine a new light on Alabama.
Some of it'll probably be some pre-recorded videos that we have
Right.
done like this Wednesday after our show at 10:30. We're going for a tour of this wonderful place. We're going to do some recording there to show you guys the following Wednesday.
And this guy is
Oh,
really interesting. He
really?
really interesting. He's an artist.
Do I need to bring cash or does he take debit?
I think you probably have to take cash because he is
Okay,
private. Um, I may be wrong though. I know he's got PayPal and stuff though, so I mean
that
that's
works.
debit. Yeah, that's
That
debit.
works.
Um, um, but this guy does like rare plants. But he has some just basic plant, but he really
Mhm.
specializes in rare plants, and he's also an artist. So he's incorporated his plants into art. And I don't know if I told you about that, Jess. He's got some amazing shit. Just some amazing stuff this guy does. So we're gonna interview him. Gonna take some pictures, some video. So that won't be this Wednesday because we're going out to see him on Wednesday. But next Wednesday, a week from Wednesday, it'll be a
And you know
plant
what I'll
show.
do? Maybe I'll do a little teaser that I will share in the group sometime this week. I'll take a video just and put it to music just of the tour of the plants themselves. No interview or anything, just showing all the
Right,
plants like that. Put it to some music and share that to give them a little bit of a teaser.
right. So,
Bye,
well, all
Kathy.
right. Bye, Kathy. Have a good night. And Irene, send me if you don't have a Gmail, get a Gmail and send me your Gmail, and then
And I know
send me
somebody
a list
asked.
of what seeds,
Yes, send us a list of the seeds as well.
and send us a list of what seeds that you would like to have, because right now is seed season and they're not expensive. I mean, I wouldn't mind sending them at all.
Absolutely. And also, somebody said that they needed a good karma spell. I have the one that I use, and I'm happy. I'll probably share it in the classroom. Um, so if you're not in there, go ahead and send us your Gmail to each one of us, a message on Facebook with your Gmail, and we will get you added to it.
Yeah. So with that said, y'all hear these dogs are dancing. I guess I gotta let them out, give them some water or something because they're all excited and hyper. So y'all have a wonderful night. Thank you for
Ooh, and what
joining
are we
us. We love
covering
having y'all
next?
here. I
What are we
think we
covering
had a
next
lot of
Sunday?
viewers here when we started. So y'all, I think um next week, I think we were kind of talking about basics of grounding and stuff, but we kind of covered
Yes,
that
connecting to
tonight.
your inner self and
So
grounding. But
I don't have my phone. Go quit.
we'll figure
These
something out. We'll let y'all
Rottweilers.
know what we're gonna do.
We're having. Yeah, we'll wing it. We got these Rottweilers are raised. They're playing now. We're all excited. It's bedtime, and they're excited.
All right, y'all. Well, we will see y'all
Crazy. So
Wednesday
anyway,
morning
y'all
on
have a good night.
Cauldrons and Coffee or Monday
We
night on
love
the
y'all.
Things Network. Love
Mwah.
y'all. Bye.
Hit us with that